Welcome to Straight from the Source. Our guest today is Scott Schulman, who's the owner of Broadway Heights in downtown Chico, started the Brooklyn Bagel Works, right, Scott?
Oy Vey Bagel.
It started as Oy Vey, but people got
Bagel
confused.
Back in 40 some odd years ago.
Okay, so we're going to get into all the business things, but you just told me something which is crazy to me. You said that you hadn't actually even really heard of a podcast. You agreed to be on this show without even really knowing what you were getting yourself into.
Yeah, that's how I got into business, not knowing what I was doing.
Just diving headfirst into things.
And then thinking about it. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Well, you know what I like about this is that, because I got into broadcast news and I was always told, make things tighter and shorter. And then people would complain, well, you just chopped up my interview. You used 15 seconds. You took half an hour of my time and you gave me 15 seconds of airtime. So I figured, okay, once a week, we're going to just talk to people and really get to know them and let people listen. Yeah. So
that's cool, because I know I've been chopped many times over the years. And that isn't what I meant.
Right.
So,
to
I'm
get
like,
a context.
that wasn't fun.
And I think a lot of times that, I can't speak for every journalist, but I know that my team, nobody ever intends to take someone out of context, but when you only have this tiny little window, it happens. So this is your opportunity. Tell us how you really feel about everything Action News Now has ever interviewed you about.
Fortunately or unfortunately, I'll tell you the truth.
Okay, yeah.
Whatever.
So, let's talk about your roots in this community. Right? Because I know that you've been a prominent business owner for a very long time. When did you first come here?
Got here in 75 to go to grad school. And 75, 76, 77, went to grad school and finished that. And a friend of mine was at Salles.
Okay.
And she goes, I'm going to make bagels. I said, why are you going to do that? She goes, I made them at home on my stove and everyone liked them. And I said, I think that's a great idea. And I have a very good friend, my old roommate, who's got 5 bagel shops in Long Island, and we could learn how to make bagels.
Yeah.
You want to go into business? Neither one of us had ever been in business before, and we barely knew each other, but we started a partnership.
So it's interesting because
1979.
The former news director here before me, Aaron, he was born and raised in New York, a true New Yorker, and he said that those bagels were like really authentic, and he assumed that whoever made them had to have been from New York, old family recipe. He thought you shipped in the water.
Well, no, that's a fallacy, but I mean, they still say you have to have New York water, but it's just water. But no, it all came from New York, from Long Island.
Yeah.
My dear friend, Claudio Faccini, all through college, I'm going to be a bagel maker. I mean, I'm going to be a dentist, I'm going to be a doctor, I'm going to be a bagel maker.
Yeah.
And he got out, and he had his first store within months, and 5 stores later. And I went and stayed with him for a week. I called him up and said, Claudio, I want to do it. And he said, come on out. And in a week, he taught me whatever he could. Yeah. And gave me the recipes. And so it is a New York kind of thing.
Okay. And so you called it Oy Vey bagels, right?
Yeah.
But people just... So I grew up in Agora Hills where all of my best friends were Jewish, right? Because we just had a larger population of Jewish people there. So to me, that's just a very common
just not
expression.
Chico.
But not in Chico. People just got confused.
No, it was, I mean, we were just walking and said, what are we going to have, for a name? And I said, Oy Vey. And she said, that's it.
That's it.
I said, oh, let's just do it.
Right.
And we would get calls, can I speak to Mr. Vey? We get things in the mail, Mr. Vey.
Yeah.
I mean, no one knew what it was, but we were entertaining ourselves.
Right. Yes. Yeah. But as a businessman, you got to know, branding and name recognition, and you wasn't it? I feel like I heard this about the Beatles. Were told that they should change their name though because it would confuse people. Because like the A, and it's like, is it a bug or is it no? It's like the beat, but nobody really got it. But they stuck with it, so, you know.
Yeah, I mean, it can be goofy if they remember it. It's okay if it doesn't insult anyone. Though I did have some people say that the name is insulting to Jewish people, and I'm like, well, I guess we'll never be friends.
Oh.
You know, we just thought it was fun.
Yeah, okay.
And in those days, we were having a lot of fun.
Tell me, speaking of those days, the 70s in Chico, what was it like? What was Chico State like? What was the culture of downtown Chico like?
The 70s were a lot of fun for a lot of
Everyone,
reasons.
yes.
Yeah, I mean, growing up, you know, I look at the kids now and I said, yeah, I'm sorry, but you just missed it. You missed it by 30 years.
Yeah.
We had the best, I think, decade of, certainly of my parents, my grandparents, of everything I've known. Our decade.
I mean, the music was incredible.
The music was incredible. It's still playing it.
Yeah.
Everything was loose, and everything was accepted, and it was one big party.
Yeah.
Especially Chico was one big party. I mean, every block was one big party.
Right.
So yeah, growing up here, and it was a great place to do business because it had so little that anything you did had the opportunity to get good.
Right. Yeah.
And we just happened on bagels, and that's just dumb luck.
Yeah, okay.
And there's no thought behind it. It's like, oh, let's do that. And dumb luck, we hit it right when it started to get popular throughout the country, and certainly in California. We were within a year, I had convinced Lucky Supermarkets that they should have bagels in all their stores.
They didn't used to? It didn't used to be that popular?
No one had bagels in the store yet.
Really?
No one had a fresh bagel. They had
Yeah,
frozen
yeah.
ones,
Okay.
Lenders, I think they
Sure.
were. And I went down to San Leandro and talked with a guy named Al Lewis, who was the head of the bakery. And I said, bagels are going to be hot, and you should be in there first. And he said, let's do it. And I said, cool. What's next? He said, well, you can supply us with bagels. I
Right.
said, how much? And he said, well, we have 279 stores. I said, okay, and what are we going to take? He said, well, 279 stores. And I went, oh, no problem. I had a 400 square foot little place upstairs making bagels one at a time with my first employee, Peter, who became my partner and still my best friend. And we were making bagels one at a time, just trying to keep up.
So you were making them? You were like, what, you
Oh,
roll,
yeah,
you
no,
roll it?
we
How do you make a bagel? You roll them?
Yeah.
And then just like...
Well, now we have machines, but when we started, you get a big thing of dough, you cut it off, you make a big
like
strip.
Like
big turd.
roll it into
a... we call it a big turd.
We're trying not to say a long turd.
A big long turd. And you cut it, that big, and then boom, flip it, make it, the knot tied.
Okay.
There it is.
Yeah. You cook it in water, boiling water?
Yeah, and we would boil it in water, then bake it in an oven.
Okay, yeah.
When we got big, when Lucky said, you're going to do it for 279 stores, I said, well, how much in each store? And he said, 12 dozen we'll start with. And I'm trying to do the math in my head, 12 dozen times 12 bagels times 200. That's a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I said, we'll have to ramp up.
Yeah.
Yeah, he goes, how much time? I said, 6 months.
Okay.
He said, you got it.
Yeah.
And had to go borrow money, and no one would lend me money because I had nothing. And a man who owns Stash Distributing, Budweiser Place in town, used to come up and get my bagels in the morning. And I told him, I got this deal and I can't do it because I don't have any money. He goes, how much do you need? I told him. He said, bring your figures over to me.
Okay.
Come over to my office. On a napkin I brought him. That's what I knew about. There. You know? And he goes, all right, let's go over to Wells Fargo.
Okay.
I said, what are we going to do there? He goes, get you your money.
Yeah. So
He signed a loan for me, and I walked out of there with a very big check.
what do you attribute this to?
Dumb luck.
No, you got to have something. There's got to be something about you or your background or your personality.
No fear.
Okay. And people see that in you.
Yeah, not afraid to talk, obviously.
Yeah.
Not afraid to be honest.
Yeah.
No caca,
Yeah.
I guess.
Just being a genuine person and
Yeah,
maybe a
I
little
think.
dumb luck.
Oh, a lot
Maybe
of dumb luck. Yeah, a lot of dumb luck.
So, do you have a favorite kind of bagel? I know mine. Or do you even like them?
No.
You don't-
Even as a kid, I wouldn't eat them.
Okay. Everything bagel for me.
All
You gotta-
seed. We called it the all seed. But
Okay,
yeah,
the all seed bagel.
everything
yeah.
is.
Yeah, I don't like the sweet ones. Yeah.
No, I
No.
certainly wouldn't eat those. But no, I was never much of a big fan. I wanted a slice of pizza. That's all.
Oh yeah, pizza is like my favorite.
Oh yeah,
favorite
pizza's
food,
still
obviously,
the best food.
right?
Pizza and hot dogs.
And hot dogs. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. All
hot
right.
dogs.
What is the deal with putting fish on bagels?
Most of this comes from Europe.
Okay.
The bagel, they talk about where it started.
Yeah.
Probably in Eastern Europe, Russia, poor people.
Right.
A lot of poor Jewish people. And they'd have cheap fish.
Yeah.
The cheapest that you could buy. And they made their own bread, which became a bagel. And they'd slap it on there
Yeah.
with some cream cheese, and it just stuck.
Well, fortunately for you, a lot of people do like bagels still.
A lot of people.
Yeah.
A lot
Okay.
of people.
Well, so at a certain point, you expanded, right? When did you get Broadway Heights?
Oh God, that was after LaSalle's and the Hatch cover.
Okay.
A lot of restaurants
Were
and bars.
Did you own or start? You didn't start LaSalle's, right?
No, I bought LaSalle's. It had been a very successful restaurant, and then it wasn't. Then it was a bar, and then it wasn't successful, and it was out of business. And I bought it, and it became just a bar.
So you owned it because didn't it open and close? It's been three shots now, right?
Yeah.
So you owned round two.
Yeah.
Okay.
A guy named Fred Markham built it. It got turned over to a couple of doctors who thought they could play music there, and it would be a great idea to own a restaurant.
Yeah.
Bad idea. And when they went out of business, and I knew those guys because I used to hang out at LaSalle's, and I said, they said, why don't you take it over? I said, well, you won't like what I do because it won't be a restaurant.
Yeah.
I don't believe that it should be a restaurant, and I believe it's too hard to make money in a restaurant. It's going to be a bar.
Right.
And we were going to do like a TGIF thing.
Yeah.
And I said, well, we got the plans going. I'm just going to put in some bands. We're going to, just get some people in there. And within, I don't know, 3 or 4 weeks, we had a line out the door.
Oh yeah, your LaSalle's number 2, round 2, was like the iconic one. Everybody who remembers Chico glory days, party days, talks about
It
LaSalle's.
was nuts.
Yeah.
We were told by the distributors that we sold more alcohol than anyone north of Sacramento.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, it was
For a while.
What was that club in the 80s in Hollywood? Was it Studio 56?
Well, in New York, it's Studio 54.
Oh, maybe that's what I'm thinking of. I guess
Yeah.
I'm in New York. Yeah, so Studio
Right.
54. I think of LaSalle's as being like Chico's Studio
It was,
54.
we had a couple of really great years.
Yeah.
And it was just lines out the door 5 days a week. And it was fun.
Yeah.
That was the most fun I ever had in business.
Were you somebody who, did you go there yourself? Were you
Yeah.
there and kind of
Yeah, I was.
Did you have your own booth where you're like, oh, this is, this is
No,
Scott's
I
table?
hung out at the bar, but I mean, there were, probably 50 of us who were there way too much.
Yeah.
A lot of them were lawyers. And it was just a place to hang out then. Things were loose.
Yeah.
And we were all having fun.
Right.
And we were making money, where we could afford to, hang out.
Yeah.
So it was a place, I still love the LaSalle's.
Yeah.
When I walk in there, those brick walls and the ceiling and the skylights, I
Yeah.
think it's the most beautiful building.
Yeah.
Every time I walk in there, I go, I feel good in here. and it's always been a feel-good building.
So, and gosh, you're gonna have to forgive me because I should know downtown Chico better, but it's been changing so much lately. So they turned it into an arcade sort of thing that shut down, right?
They rented it to a guy from Sacramento who had an arcade, and he gave them a lot of money to shut it down, and he brought all his stuff in and paid them a lot of money in rent, and 11 months later he was gone.
It's funny because I thought that was going to be successful because I always feel like, hey, there's not enough like things to do, you know, and so it kind of surprises me. But
I think maybe too small.
Yeah.
If you go in, you know, I'm not an arcade guy, but
Yeah.
I went into one and they probably had 4 times the amount of machines. And supposedly his other stores had hundreds, and here he had dozens.
Yeah.
So maybe you need the big, huge thing, you know, bigger sometimes is better.
Hard to say.
I don't
Hard to
know.
say why people aren't successful, but you have been, because of your dumb luck.
A lot of dumb luck.
So successful.
Yeah.
But why did you get out of LaSalle's?
I was 39 years old. I was having a lot of fun. I'd been single, and I met someone.
Uh-oh. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
That changes things.
And I knew that, you know, this was going to last, and we were, you know, going to make it last. And I looked at the bar, and I looked at her, and I said, I don't see where I can do both of these things.
Yeah.
Because I was working nights and having fun.
Yes.
And I said, you know, it's time, I think, to, you know, stop partying.
Yeah.
And we got married, and that was, last month was 30 years.
Wow, congratulations.
All in a row.
Yeah, all in a row, yes. And then, so then back to my question about Broadway Heights, right? When did that start? That was
Around 13 years ago.
okay. So your wife was a big part of that, or?
No, she always was in business, but she was out at Fifth Sun. She was senior vice president for Dan Gonzalez.
Okay.
And I did my restaurant stuff. I swore I'd never get back in the restaurant business again, and after a dozen years, I saw, dumb luck, that it was for sale, Broadway Heights was. And I went, what's Broadway Heights? Never been there.
Yeah.
So I went up there for lunch. I said, wow, this place is happening.
Yeah.
And next thing I know, we bought it.
Yeah.
And been there now for 13 years.
Now you have to like the food there. You might not like
The
bagels, but
food is good.
that spinach dip, oh my gosh.
No, we make great food. Everything is from scratch.
Yeah.
I put in the pastrami. That's a New York thing.
Okay.
And
That's what my husband gets every time.
well,
Or there's a chicken sandwich as well. There's
the
two.
pastrami,
Yeah.
it takes us about a month to make.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a 3 to 4 week process from when you get a brisket to when it's pastrami. There's a lot that goes into it.
Yeah.
A lot of steps. And yeah, that's the only thing I put in there. I said, I'm not going to change anything. I'm paying a lot of money for this place.
Right.
And I'm not going to change it. And I didn't, except for the pastrami, which became our bestseller immediately.
Yeah.
And we're still doing that.
So, okay, so that restaurant is doing well. I mean, well, I'm assuming that just because I know people love it, but that doesn't always match up because how many businesses in downtown Chico, do you know, they're just slammed. Every time you're there, they're so busy, and then all of a sudden they're shut down.
Everyone's there on Friday night.
Yeah.
Everyone's there on Saturday afternoon.
Right.
No one's there on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday,
Yeah.
and Thursday.
And the PG&E bill's still there, though, and the sewer bill.
And now the bills, you know,
Yeah.
PG&E, I mean, what used to be 2,000 is now 5,000
Yeah.
a month.
Yeah.
Food, I mean, we can't sell it for what people can afford to buy it
Right.
for.
That's the problem. It's like
We
your
can't.
costs go up, but it's like if you raise your prices to what would help you cover your costs, then
We
no
can't
one
do
will
it.
come. I honestly, like my husband and I, we both make a decent living, and we work really hard full time.
Right.
We go out to eat like I could probably count the amount of times on my hands the number of times a year we go out to eat because it's just crazy
It's
expensive.
I'm the same way.
Yeah.
I mean, I've never been that big of a fan of going out to restaurants because
Yeah.
I know them too well.
Yeah.
but I go because we're social,
Yeah.
and Kelly loves to go, and our friends love to go. So I go, but we go less and less. The prices,
Right.
I know what they have to get.
Right.
You know, I understand why that steak is, 82 bucks. I understand it. And it doesn't taste
So
good
much.
at 82 bucks.
No.
It just doesn't taste good.
No, yeah.
But when you have to sell sandwiches for 20, 22 bucks,
Yeah.
I understand,
Right.
why, well, I can do it once in a while, but I can't do it the way I used to do it. So yeah, it's just the business right now.
So what do
And
you
California,
What do you
too.
think about, like, not to get all political, but our local leaders? I know that there's a lot of emphasis right now on trying to figure out, like, how do we help downtown survive, right? It's like the heart of the city.
I think, everyone wants downtown to survive.
Yeah.
Well, I think most people do anyway.
Well, what do you think?
People who love Chico want downtown to survive.
Right. I
We're-
know
we're
there
not
have been
mall
like
people.
proposed ordinances to like fix kind of like blighted looking buildings or you can't
Yeah.
board things up. There's ideas to repave and add bike lanes. There are do you have any thoughts?
I wish I could say if we do this, this will happen. I think there's a natural progression in downtown areas, and I think they can survive. I think making it prettier, yes. Better sidewalks, yes. I'm not in favor of taking out, trying to do away with cars.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we don't have alleys. We get deliveries by trucks out front. You take away that lane so bicycles can come, where are the trucks going to deliver the
Yeah.
food? And are they going to take up another lane, which is going to put us down to one lane? And if, you think things are bad downtown now for getting through it,
Yeah.
try to go to one lane.
Yeah.
I think it's a terrible idea.
Yeah.
And I did a scientific study just in April. I walked on a Saturday afternoon at 1 o'clock. I went at prime business time. School was in session. It was 72 degrees out. And I took my little paper and pencil and I walked from 1st to 5th over to Main Street, back down, and then I went 2nd, 3rd, 4th. And I went to all the streets and I counted how many cars were parked, how many open spots were there, how many bicycles drove by me during that hour and a half, how many bicycles were locked up. Well, 2 bicycles drove by me on Saturday
Okay.
from 1 till 2:30.
Yeah.
2. There were 13 bikes locked up. Oddly, none of them in the city stanchions where you can lock bikes. They were locked on poles and
Okay.
together. That was all of downtown.
Yeah.
And there were 9 spots that were not taken in parking spots, and I think 110 that were taken.
Yeah.
Do we need bike lanes?
Yeah.
I don't want to be, prejudiced towards any group.
Right.
But bikes aren't what brings the commerce to downtown.
Yeah. And it looks like that the project is not happening as it
I
was
don't know. You
pitched,
hear
so-
this, you hear that.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, some places have done well shutting it down and just having walking streets, and I think that's interesting.
Yeah. I think that is interesting too.
Yeah. But we need better parking.
Right.
I mean,
Like
we need parking garages.
Yeah.
We always have.
Right.
We have one. It's well used, and that's it.
Right.
And without parking, cars aren't going to come down. And
Yeah.
easy parking,
Yeah.
maybe free parking. I don't know.
Right.
But everywhere else has parking meters. A lot of places have parking meters. Oddly, the same ones that we have now. I also live in San Clemente part-time. The exact same company is down there. In fact, they're all over the Southern California. Same company with the same
The
meters.
kiosks that
The
everybody
kiosks.
has such an issue with.
They're all over the place now.
It's so funny. I haven't even tried yet, right? Because, well, I'm here. I'm here Monday through Friday from like
Right.
6 a.m. to 7 p.m. So I don't go downtown on a weekday. And then on the weekends, it's free. So I've
Right.
never had to deal with the app. So I really
Yeah.
have I shouldn't speak about it, but People seem to think it's very complicated.
I think there's just a stigma about it. I have friends who are, pretty intelligent, computer literate. They go, oh, the kiosks are terrible.
Right.
I said, have you tried one? No, I'd never do that.
Right.
I don't know how bad they can be.
Yeah.
I really don't.
I think it's that app. Nobody wants to download another app on their phone. I think it's a principle thing, right?
There's a lot of that, and but without parking, nothing's going to happen anyway.
Right. Yeah. Well, we'll see what
People
they
live
come
in
up with.
cars.
Yeah.
I mean, it's to come downtown, you're going to take a car.
Yeah.
Not taking a bus.
Right. Yeah. That's the thing about like Chico. People like the idea of having more, more buses, more bicycles,
It's a great
whatever.
thought, but it doesn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen.
It's kind of a sprawled out. Like Chico's a small town, but it's 100,000 people, and we don't live within walking or biking distance of everything. You really do need a car to get
it's
around.
not a bus town.
Yeah.
It's not set up like that.
Yeah.
We don't have that vibrant downtown that has everything in it. We're small.
Right.
I mean, we're 2 blocks this way and 5 blocks that way, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
So, I wish there was an easy answer to it, but we've been doing this now for 60, 70 years downtown.
Yeah.
I think it's, in my time, I have never seen it this slow.
So you've told me that you sold the bagel place. We know you sold LaSalle's, or you got out of LaSalle's. You have the one restaurant in downtown Chico.
Right.
And so, you're kind of like in the phase of your life where you're walking away from this, but at a time when things are
Holding
changing
in the way.
a lot. Well, it's interesting to conceptualize what it's going to look like in 10 years from now, like with Amazon and with more. Because I always say this, that I like to support downtown businesses when I can, but at the same time, I'm really busy, and I like variety, and I like to be able, when you order something, it just comes to your door, and it's exactly what you were looking for. Like, what does that mean for downtown Chico?
Nothing good.
Yeah.
I mean, somehow we have to figure out how to adapt and give people what they want that they're not going to get somewhere else, and how to do it with a smile.
Yeah. Yeah.
We have to be better at what we do.
Really good pastrami.
Really good pastrami. Yes, I can do that. But I don't know the answer to it.
Yeah.
I think downtown is struggling. And I do believe that it will pull out of it and it will get better because it always has.
Yeah.
I just have to believe that.
Would you ever bring on like those robotic servers at Broadway Heights? I don't know how they get up the stairs, but
we have an elevator.
that's true.
I will do anything
Yeah.
that's fun and that I think has a chance. I once had a robotic pizza maker at LaSalle's.
Oh yeah.
There were only a few of these in the world. I had one, and it was around that big, and you put in a pre-made dough, and it would go down a conveyor belt, and a little thing would go, and the tomato sauce would come, and a little hand would go like that, and then it would go down, and the cheese, and then the pepperoni, and then it would flop down and bake itself and come out the other end.
Okay.
I spent a lot of money on that because I just thought it was cool.
Was there a pretty good ROI on it?
No.
No.
No. I don't even know what happened to it. People loved watching it, but no one was buying the pizzas.
Right.
And they were pretty good, but it was just, I'll always do something like that because you never know. Hell, bagels made it.
Right.
If I can sell, hard dough to people, and we sold, I think Peter and I figured out something like 300 million bagels over the 40 years.
Oh my gosh.
300 million
that's
bagels.
a lot of bagels.
They were buying bagels. But we were also in 35 countries, 35 states and 3 countries doing it.
Right.
So, we had a big area to cover. But, if you can sell a bagel, I think you can sell almost anything, I think.
You don't give yourself enough credit. You make it seem so easy, and yet not many people are very successful.
No, and not everything was successful.
Yeah.
I mean, I had a couple of bad ideas.
Okay.
But yeah, for the most part, like I said, a lot of dumb luck. But we worked at it and look around and what do we think people would like?
Right.
And have fun.
Yes.
I think we always had fun.
And is that like what you would say to people who are young and they're studying business at Chico State and they really want to, to build and expand businesses, whether it be in food or something else?
Have the ability to put in the time, surround yourself with good people. That's huge. I mean, Peter was my first employee, and he's still my best friend.
Yeah.
And he was with me in those 40 years for probably 32 of them. When I sold the bagel company, the whole wholesale thing, he stayed with them. And then I did the Salles thing, and I bought 2 hatch covers and stuff like I was doing stuff like that. He didn't want any part of the restaurant business, part of it. But then we got back together and did Brooklyn Bridge Bagel for 13 years.
Yeah.
And he retired out of that.
So you did some real estate. You had rental properties, and when you offloaded those, the
That's
buyer.
where the money is. It's in real estate.
It's well, not everybody can afford an $82 steak, but everybody needs a place to live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You do, and a place to vacation, and the realtors are the smarter ones. They can sell one thing for a lot of money. Try selling bagels. But to me it wasn't fun.
Yeah.
To me the restaurant business was this sexy, fun, great people working there, people happy being there. We made people laugh. It was just a great business to be in, but not if you want to make a lot of money.
Sure.
It's probably the worst business you can be. I think it's 92% fail in 3 years.
Wow.
Restaurants.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone who can make a clam chowder should open a seafood restaurant.
Maybe a kiosk.
One kiosk doing one thing.
Yeah.
And then after a year, go get a job.
Yeah. All right.
But yeah, it's not for everyone, but it's a sexy, fun business when it's working well.
Right.
And when it's not working well, it really sucks.
So what was I going to ask you? Oh, the house that you bought in San Clemente. So that's an Airbnb. So after you sold the bagel place, you sold some rentals, real estate that you had here.
We had a lot of Oroville rentals.
But you're staying in Butte County, right? The San Clemente is just kind of dipping your toe outside.
I love Chico.
Yeah.
My friends are here. My heart and soul has always been here. But as I get older, and our son is down there. Now we have one grandchild, another one on the way, and my wife, I know where she wants to be. So we bought the house in San Clemente, and we will end up transitioning there.
Yeah.
Love that little town. It's kind of like Chico. It's nothing like anything else in Southern California.
Yeah.
Nothing at all. It's not a grid. There are no 2 streets the same. And the people are cool.
Yeah.
And I can see the ocean every day.
Yes.
And I do like being by the ocean.
There's something about
the ocean.
Yep.
Yeah. But no, home is Chico.
Yeah. Well, we are so happy to have you here, Scott. Thank you so much for coming. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for listening.
Yeah, interesting to learn a little bit more about Chico history and about you. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm old enough to have history.
Thanks, Scott. Thanks for listening today. I decided to offer this podcast after enough of you let me know that you wanted a deeper dive into certain stories than you get on our TV broadcasts. We elect certain people to represent our voice, but who are they really? My hope is that this podcast answers that question. I love your feedback, and I want to know who you'd like to hear from next. Just fill out that comment section and leave us a review on Apple Podcasts, YouTube, or Spotify.